Today we're going to give you the best push base for Town Hall 10. We've got the base analysis, we've got the replays, and we've got the base link so that you can get the maximum results on defense. Pushing as a Town Hall 10 is already difficult enough, but thanks to this base, you will have the best possible chance on defense. Now, dragons, probably the most common army you see at Town Hall 10, and I think it's very easy to see why this base would be a pain to come in with dragons. Firstly, we have 4 air defenses in the core. Now, often air defenses do get lightninged away, but even if you lightning those air defenses away and use the giant arrow on the rest, there is still very nice anti-drag portions of the base. Let's talk about the sweepers. Because of the trash buildings on the outside of the base near both sweepers, it's actually impossible to giant arrow both air sweepers here. There's just no lineup, there's no building where you can do that. So that's already a really good start to the base. And I like the fact that both the sweepers face the same way, because if we look at the 430 compartment on the base, for those who don't know, it's like a clock, so it's the hero hall area of the base. That is anti-air. There is quite a few traps in the area, particularly the red bombs that you see just in the core, but there's a few seeking air mines as well. That air bow is very well protected, and essentially, well, all 3 air bows actually, and essentially the defender wants you to enter in here with your dragons because it is baited. Now, this base also does pretty well against ground smash attacks because you can't reach many of the major anti-ground defenses from the center of the base. So once your troops get into the core, you're going to find out they get surrounded by the infernos, bomb towers, expos, a lot of flanking damage on this base, and a lot of hit points in the core of the base as well to give your defenses the time to shoot back. But this has just been me talking about it. How about we see the base in action? And obviously we're going to start with Zap Dragons. So let's see what this attacker does here. Queen with the giant arrow removes 2 air defenses, which is the best you can get with this, and this base isn't trying to stop that. Then it's at Town Hall 10 versus Town Hall 10, it is 4 lightning spells to remove an air defense, or 3 zap 1 quake is what I would recommend personally, because the quake does more area damage. Then the 3 lightning to finish off 1 sweeper, and that leaves 1 sweeper up on the base. So what's the attacker going to do? Because so far this has gone perfectly. Spread now got 1 whole side of the base. Unsurprisingly, the attacker is coming in from the 430 side of the base, and remember what I said, this side of the base is set up for this entry. And look, it's actually a really well deployed dragon army. You're going to see, however, the super minions in the CC here are great. I believe the CC is 2 super minions, 1 headhunter, and I would guess 5 archers for the rest of it. But look, the super minions are doing a great job. The dark orb ability is probably the biggest mistake the attacker makes here. And you can see, right, even with all these lightning and a really good giant arrow, if you leave 2 single infernos up on the base, you're in a lot of trouble, which is why I actually don't recommend bringing 11 lightning with Zap Dragons. I bring 6 lightning, 2 quake to finish off 2 air defenses, and then you have some freeze spells to deal with single infernos, sweepers, you name it. Because these single infernos here, it's not only really hard to path the troops to them, I mean, look at this. The minion prince has gone through the entire center of the base without targeting the single inferno on one side. Gets a little lucky here, the attacker, that single inferno went down. Otherwise, this would have been in the 70%. Now, obviously, these heroes aren't max, but I mean, you don't need max heroes to triple with Zap Dragons. It's all about the dragons. And we're going to cut this short here. I'm just going to tell you, it gets up to 98%. The single inferno on the back end of the base comes in clutch. And in the end, that is what this base is about. The single infernos and the air defenses in the core, making it nearly impossible to come in with dragon attacks. You've seen an air attack. What about a ground attack? Now, I am going to admit something. The air attacker was pretty reasonable attacker. This is not going to be the best attack you see in the world. But if there's something we do know about Town Hall 10, it's no matter how bad the attack is, you always have a chance to 3-star if you've got Peckers and Witches on the board. So unfortunately, just shows how important it is to funnel, because you're going to see here, no funnel used. And yeah, it doesn't go the best. Nice bowlers though. They were smart bowlers to get rid of the mortar there. The single inferno is going to work. In my opinion, unless you're worried about getting hit with Lalo at Town Hall 10, single infernos are just the best. Because yeah, it's just an insane amount of damage, and you can't heal through it, right? You can heal through a multi-inferno. You can't heal through a single inferno. Obviously, it only targets one defense at a time, but it just has an attack ending capability that the multi-inferno doesn't. You can see this attack has fallen apart. Now, unfortunately, it's kind of tough when you're doing a base replay video. So this is obviously a Town Hall 10 base replay, because generally in the past, we've done friendly challenges for these videos. And a lot of people in comments say, oh, they're just deliberately doing bad attacks in friendly challenges. And like, I don't think that's the case. I don't talk with the builders personally, but it definitely does. It can look a little sus, even though I trust the builders and that's not what they're doing. But then if you trust on your defensive log, like a random guy attacking you, Yoints here, no shame on you, by the way, interesting name though, you have no idea how good they are. So the base does get a nice defense here. Best attacker in the world? No. But you take any defense you can get at Town Hall 10 because it doesn't have to be a perfect execution to get 3 stars. And the final attack here. Now, there's a Warden. Yeah, this is a dip. This is a Town Hall 11 dipping. Now, obviously, if a Town Hall 11 is going to fail a dip, it's not going to be the greatest attack ever. But Town Hall 11s have a Warden. It's nearly impossible to fail a dip at Town Hall 11 unless your base does something right. Yet again, you see the dragons from the 430 area of the base. By the way, this is my first time watching the replay, so I actually have no idea what's about to happen. But I'm like begging this guy to use his Warden ability. Oh boy. Well, that's one way you can do bat bombs. I just bought all bat spells and no freeze spells. Why? Why? That's so sad. I feel so sad for the bats here. They got hung out to dry. So did the dragons as well. That was a very late Eternal Tome ability. Well, unfortunately for Andros here, gonna be coming in with the dip fail. Not sure this had much to do with the base though, but anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed my reaction. But that is the base. The base link will be in the description down below. The CC, I mean the 2 super minions, 1 headhunter, and I assume it's 5 archers to finish it off. But if this base isn't enough for you, we recently did a top 10 bases at Town Hall 10 for the 2025 year. So we'll link that video on the left. Enjoy.